So I hope that made sense. Let's get back to the rules of congruence. So far, put it in a corner somewhere. I know if three sides are given to me, the triangle will be proven congruent very quickly. And we've also seen a very quick application of the idea. Now I go further and I give you more information. I say there are two triangles. It is given that one of the sides for both the triangles is 2 and one of the angles on the same side is 30 degrees. So are the triangles going to be congruent to each other? Two different triangles have the same side and the same value of corresponding angle. So again, will these triangles be congruent to each other? Now I can create a base of 2 and it is given to me that the angle is 30. So this is fixed, right? But the length of the side is not given to me. So I can make it this long or I can make it short. And if I make it this long and this is the triangle and this is another triangle, I can very quickly see that they are not congruent to each other. So I hope by now the process is getting easier for you to predict whether with the given information, can I say the triangles are congruent to each other or not. And if you see a rule that okay, three S's are indicate that the triangles are congruent, why is it so? That should also be very clear to you. So if a side and an angle is given to me, I cannot prove that the two given triangles are congruent to each other. Side, angle, side. That means a side is given, an angle is given, the included angle, and this is going to be an important part, but a very commonsensical one, and another side. That means I say one side is 2, the included angle is 30, and say the other side is 4 units. So just taking off from the earlier idea, I have the base as 2, I know the angle was 30. But now a side information is also given to me that this is going to be 4 units. If I fix this part, I don't have a choice. I have to connect this to this because the line has ended here, this line has ended here, and I just connect these two vertices. So once again I see that if this information is given to me, two sides and the included angle, the angle in the middle is given to me, I can conclude that whatever triangles are there, because I can only create one triangle, or you could have created two different bases and you would have said okay, this is 30 degree and 4 units, what do? Close it. Another triangle, this is 30 degree, 4 units, I close it. I see that these two triangles are going to be identical to each other because there's only one triangle that I can form. That's just a language way of looking at it. So this would be my another rule, that SAS proves that two triangles are congruent to each other. So if a side angle and a side is given to me, I can very quickly prove that the two given triangles are congruent to each other. Playing with the same isosceles triangle application, these two sides are equal to each other, and this time what I'll do is I will draw an angle bisector. That means whatever this angle was divided into two equal parts. What is an angle bisector? You divide the angle into two equal halves. So there is a triangle where AB is equal to AC, and once again this is an isosceles triangle, but not going into that detail, staying with the idea of congruence. And this AD is given to me as an angle bisector. Prove that this is 90 degree, or prove that angle B is equal to angle C. So just playing with the idea of congruency once again, look at the triangle BAD and triangle CAD. If I look at this side, this is a common side to both of them. So AD is equal to AD. This angle is equal to this angle. That means angle BAD is equal to angle CAD or DAC, whatever you want to call it. So I see that one side is equal. The included angle is also equal, whatever the name of the angle is. This is BAD, this is DAC, these two angles are equal. I am looking at the side being equal, the angle being equal, and again it is given to me that the side is equal. So if I look at this isosceles triangle problem, I have two sides as equal and the included angle as equal. That means once again these two triangles are going to be congruent to each other. That means once again this angle is going to be this angle, hence proven that in an isosceles triangle the angles opposite to the equal side are equal to each other, right? And once again I can also say this is 90 degree. Why? Because this angle is equal to this angle because of congruency, and the sum of these two angles is going to be 180 degree because of all the angles forming on a straight line. So this is 90 degree. Even more theoretically, if you just want to play with the terms, now you can also look at it that the angle bisector is also the perpendicular on the triangle in the case of isosceles triangle. So this could be another task given to you, that prove that in case of an isosceles triangle the angle bisector is the perpendicular, and here is the proof, once again using the idea of congruence. And the rule that we are practicing with the very same problem is side angle side, and the angle it is necessary that it should be the included angle. So if we are talking about two sides, we are talking about this angle, right? If the included side is not given to me, if it is given to me, for example, SSA or ASS, will congruency work here? Try and work out the same process, play with some diagrams and try and figure out whether this will work also or not. This will definitely work, but we haven't seen whether this works or not. So a little assignment for you, hit pause and figure out, can you create more than one triangle using this information? Say given two sides and a excluded angle were equal to each other, can you prove that they are congruent? And if you can, how will you do that?